I was born in Town X. Town X is a peaceful village and everyone knows each other very well. My parents passed away in an accident when I was 4. It was my grandmother who raised me up. Grandma loves me very much. She always wants to give my very best for me, and I am the only relative left that she can depend on. Amma has a bad habit. She always throws rubbish into the river near the house. I knew that it was not good, but she insisted to do it. I can't do anything about it, so I just let it be. She always cooked for me for my every meal. Every morning, she will go to the market and she will buy vegetable only from Mr. McDonald, because Mr. McDonald sells the best vegetable among other farmers that is fresh and very nice. Grandma is a strong believer of Santeria religion. She believes that my asthma condition is caused by the evil spirit. Spraying holy water surrounding our house is her daily routine to chase away all the evil spirit. She didn't know that the holy water that she used to spray around our house contained high level of mercury that can cause pollution to our environment. This is Mr. Asahi. He owns a century-old winery that inherited from his ancestors. Out of all the wine he sells, I like Asahi Special the most. When you take a sip, the buttery texture hits the middle of your tongue and has the smooth finish. That's the best of it. This ancestral recipe is really fantastic. Oh wait, river water was one of the ingredients? Ugh, sounds disgusting, right? But still, I'm his regular customer, buying his wine twice a month without knowing about it. I just visited the winery and got myself 2 bottles of Asahi Special after my medical checkup last week. I accidentally left my medical report and Mr. Asahi helped me to keep it until the next day I returned to collect it. Here, the recent water analysis report. It shows that the water comes from the river contain high level of mercury, chromium and nitrate. Whoa, it has been polluted and daily usage was not allowed. Well, this is Mr. Patin, a fisherman in our village. Grandma knows that I love seafood. She usually buys fish and seafood from Mr. Patin. One day, Mr. Patin found out that there were some dead fish floating on the river. He decided to collect the fish and sold to the villagers to earn easy money. Besides, he has a bad habit of using rotenone to kill fish when he was out for fishing on the sea. This is the latest fish harvesting method and has been widely used by fishermen. It allows Mr. Patin to catch a lot of fish with minimal time and energy. Mr. Kumar, the land developer who I admire with his smart and ambition act in running business. He had invested a large piece of land for development. He got a complete plan for his project. He plans to build a resort land which will be an attraction for Town X in the future. At the same time, it can help to promote the economical growth as well. But no one knows that he decided to burn down the land to speed up the process in order to get the incentive of the contract. Everyone thought that the fire is caused by the natural phenomena, which is, wildfire. The fire caused severe air pollution and it led to my asthma recurrence that time, and it was so terrible. Mr. and Mrs. McDonald live across the river. Mr. McDonald is one of the farmers in our town, while his wife, Mrs. McDonald, is a pretty and beautiful lady. She always dresses herself up and uses a lot of beauty products. Without further survey, she would directly buy and purchase those latest products and try them out. She didn't realize that some of them contain substances that are harmful to the environment, such as microbead. Mr. McDonald, however, works hard to earn more money to cover the expenses. He had to ensure that his vegetable is on good quality and good condition that he can sell at a higher price. To ensure the quality of the vegetables, he uses a large amount of pesticide and chemical fertilizer. However, he did not know that it has been the rainy season and most of the pesticide will diffuse into the soil and then flow into the river. Recently, he has always have conflict with his wife over small matters. Mrs. McDonald was heartbroken and she needed a listener to spur out her negativity. One evening while I was strolling around the riverbank, I met Mrs. McDonald coincidentally and she was crying. I tried to console her and make her feel better by being her personal listener. Mrs. McDonald and I became closer to each other since then. Wherever she had an argument with her husband, she would always come to me and look for consultation. We texted quite often and Mr. McDonald noticed this. Gradually, I found out that we had fallen in love with each other. Last Thursday, she argued with her husband again. She was upset and texted me. Then, I sent her a bouquet of flowers and dated her out to a park to cheer her up. Mr. McDonald followed Mrs. McDonald and found out that affair between me and her wife. Mr. Smith established a factory in 1994 and I was the main stakeholder of this factory. The factory produces electrolytic product which will use large amount of mercury. The factory maintained a steady state of growth rate after the establishment. However, in 1999, the factory has undergone a terrible financial crisis and had affected its operation. Mr. Smith is the one who kills me. In order to reduce the loss, Mr. Smith decided to cut down operational costs, especially one on the maintenance of the sewage system. Due to the malfunction of the sewage system, the mercury has been directly disposed to the river. This is the main cause of the river being polluted, which explains the phenomena of death fish found along the river. The main cause of my death is mercury poisoning. The high level of mercury in my blood causes damage to my brain and liver. Furthermore, I was born to be hypersensitive. The accumulation of mercury amount in my body is due to the consumption of poisoned fish, and this is the cause of my death. The main cause of errant death is design based on Minamata disease. An environmental toxicity case occurred in Minamata City in Japan in 1956. It was caused by the release of methyl mercury in the industrial wastewater from the Chiso Corporation chemical factory, which continued from 1932 to 1968.